So yeah, news coming through within the last 24 hours that the Ras Al-Khaimah economy and credit rating has in fact been upgraded with S&P approval. Just yet more evidence of booming investment into the Emirate of Ras Al-Khaimah. So what's the best thing to do? Get in the car, drive 45 minutes and come and speak to the Chief Executive Officer of Marjan, of course, the urban planning expert and an inspiring young leader, Abdulla Al Abdouli, who's kindly invited us into his office this morning. Thank you so much indeed for your time.
It's a pleasure, Tom, to have you here today with us in the Emirate of Ras Al-Khaimah, looking at this beautiful scene at Al Marjan Island. Welcome to Ras Al-Khaimah, Tom.
It's been an absolute pleasure. It's really kind of you to welcome us in. Let's talk 2024 if we can, Abdullah, because we are approaching the end of the year, a very significant year for you and all the team at Marjan as well. As you sit here in your office and look back at the year that was, how do you reflect on 2024?
It was an amazing year for Ras Al-Khaimah, not just only from investments, not just only from projects, but also the most important thing that we have seen, the wind is rising more and more up in the sky of Ras Al-Khaimah. What does that mean? A floor a week is something is not normal. A floor a week means that there is a commitment to create a destination. There is a commitment to create something the world haven't seen it before. And from our perspective as a master developer, we promote the Emirate of Ras Al-Khaimah. We promote foreign direct investment. 2024 have seen a launch of multiple projects, have seen a launch of multiple master plans that Marjan have launched recently. And this is where I believe 2024 is a start for great things gonna come in Ras Al-Khaimah over the next 2 and 3 years as well.
You're known for your innovation, your innovative initiatives that you're looking to put into place as well. We've also noticed this great sort of understanding between the Emirates as a whole, the Emirates working together almost to sort of develop an offering to tourists and residents alike. How do you do things differently when it comes to development in Ras Al-Khaimah? What sets Marjan apart from other developers?
Look, I believe today our strategy is built on collaboration, not competition. We work with all stakeholders in the Emirate of Ras Al-Khaimah, listening to their thoughts, hearing their ideas, focusing on the things that we need to develop over here in Ras Al-Khaimah. So we work closely with RAK Tourism Development Authority. I work closely with the RAK Municipality, Public Service Department, the RAK Transport. All of these agencies, we work in collaboration together. And with other stakeholders, we work on creating new master plans for Ras Al-Khaimah. We listen to their observations. We understand the need. And that's how we take it to the next step, which we promote livability in Ras Al-Khaimah. We enable connections between all of those communities. We enhance education in our emirate. While doing all of that, we prioritize ecology. And that's what established Ras Al-Khaimah identity.
The Foreign Investment Survey was launched here in Ras Al-Khaimah a couple of weeks ago. It's going to run to the end of the year as well. Is that an indication of just how important foreign investment is into the Emirate at the moment? And can you give us an idea? I mean, because we talk a lot about residents, we talk a lot about people investing into property here, but from major developers, major brands coming knocking on the door, are we seeing an increase in that here?
Yes, I believe we need to understand the story of Ras Al-Khaimah. I mean, the story is, today, let's look at Al Marjan Island as an example. Fully sold out. To whom, Tom? It has been sold to third-party investors, developers, institutional funds, listed companies where they build their own real estate model. Let's go in a deep dive into who are those companies. We have Aldar properties coming from Abu Dhabi. We have I'mar coming from Dubai. We have Abu Dhabi National Hotels. We have Dubai Investments. We have Wynn Resorts from NASDAQ. I mean, looking at all those listed companies, they are 30% of Al Marjan Island investors. There are more than 11 nationalities already invested in Al Marjan Island. Yes, mainly Emiratis, whether it is individuals or listed companies. But again, we have the Indian investors. We have European investors. We have investors from CIS countries. You know, all of those, we see them together. And when you look at the type of offering, everyone is unique when it comes to offering. So what Al Dar is developing in Ras Al-Khaimah is totally different from what they are developing in Abu Dhabi. What what I'mar is developing over here is different from what they are developing in Dubai. So we have a flavor of each developer with its own, I have to say, market share, that having a unique product in Ras Al Khaimah. And that's where we see ourselves that it is the only destination within the region that we see all of those developers working together toward one goal and objective.
It's truly unique. It really, really is. You mentioned what a great year 2024 has been for you. Let's look ahead to the future if we can. You've already been kind enough to give us an update on Al Marjan Island. You mentioned there that completely sold out already. But just how significant a year will 2025 be in terms of delivery, in terms of bricks and mortar when it comes to Al Marjan Island and that final vision you have for the island as a whole?
We see today a lot of construction activities happening on Al Marjan Island, and that's where it's going to be in 2025 and 2026. We will see it as a construction hub for a lot of projects over here. And I believe today we will start seeing projects coming alive. Hopefully Rov Al Marjan Island will be opened in 2025, and we welcome everyone to be visiting that hotel, enjoying the facilities over there. We will see a lot of projects started to take shape and height as well. We will also see new master plan coming up, which is RAK Central, coming up as a new project in the middle of Al Hamra, creating a new anchor for corporates and offices as well.
I wanted to ask you about RAK Central, because obviously the big announcement a couple of weeks ago has got everybody talking here in the region. RAK Central, again, scheduled for delivery around about 2026, as you mentioned, work underway already. What's the vision for RAK Central? How do you explain it to our listeners and viewers what you're looking to put into place here with RAK Central?
I believe RAK Central is a destination where we combine both work, live, play environments along with sustainability. That's what we see RAK Central is. While everyone is speaking about premium and waterfronts and all of that, we believe Ras Al-Khaimah has more to offer. So it's not just only the waterfront. Marjan is not just only Al Marjan Island. It's just only 15% of our land portfolio. We have more to show. We have more to create. And when we speak about RAK Central, it's a place where we expect all of those corporate to have a place over there. Marjan office will be there. We will be relocating over there in the next 2 years. RAK Tourism will be there. Al Hamra will be there. A lot of companies going to have a base over there. So the question is where we can have a destination where our employees can live at the same time, their families enjoy within the playgrounds and all of that, while at the same time they work over there. It is the destination. It is RAK Central. It is a place where we ensure that is a destination for corporate, for all of the big corporates that we would like to attract here in Ras Al-Khaimah to have a base over there. We are working closely with RAKEZ to have a base over there. We are joining forces together to attract a lot of corporates to the destination, to those offices. And we want to ensure that whatever we do is aligned with the government agenda. And we see RAK Central is fitting that agenda over the next 2 to 3 years.
It's a fascinating time for corporate office space at the moment. Across the whole of the UAE, we're seeing demand and rents going up in other Emirates as well. I mean, in terms of the research and development you've done into this particular area as well, what was the thinking behind RAK Central that this is the perfect time, given the demand and supply structure we're seeing out there, and given the fact that more and more international and multinationals are looking to come to the region?
Look, the region will be always a magnet for big corporates, and we see that all over. But when we look at Ras Al-Khaimah, it has its own market dynamics. Today, we see a lot of opportunities, whether from the contracting businesses, supporting services. The Wynn impact is attracting a lot of people to establish and have a base of Ras Al-Khaimah. We are not trying to take a share from somewhere. We are creating our own market and our own demand. And this is where we believe Ras Al-Khaimah will have its own market. Today, we are not in a competition mode. We are in a complementary mode to all of these regional destinations. And that's the beauty of the Ras Al-Khaimah. That's the strategy of Ras Al-Khaimah. That's where we see ourselves creating our own demand. And based on that, we see a lot of companies coming to Ras Al-Khaimah and establishing a base. That's why we decided to have a place to host them, to have them, to enjoy the lifestyle of Ras Al-Khaimah. And all of that fits within our vision as a master developer. So as our mandate for Marjan, we will develop waterfront destinations like Al Marjan Island, but we'll also develop urban communities inside the city and mountain developments as well. That is the mandate of Marjan.
Strikes me, Abdullah, there's almost that sort of element of, we don't just want you to come here and work. We don't want you just to come here and live. We want you to come here, live, work and play. Is that the sort of theory as well, bringing people in and offering them that almost community lifestyle?
It's the experience that we would like to create over here in Ras Al-Khaimah. It is exactly what you mentioned, Tom. Today, we want people to enjoy their own lifestyle. We want people to enjoy experiences. It is the sandy beaches over here. It is the desert that we have. It is the city that we have in Ras Al-Khaimah with all the heritage. It is the mountain and the highest point in the UAE at Jabal Jais. It's all of these activities in 1 hour drive. So people can see different offering. It's a natural attractions, all of these elements, That's why Marjan is inspired by the land. We use the topography as our anchor to move toward the future.
So RAK Central, very much looking forward to that at some point in 2026. Obviously, Marjan will be giving us updates on that development. Listen, I've taken up so much of your time. You've been kind enough to be very frank with me. You open up with a little update on all things Wynn. It would be remiss of me, Abdullah, not to talk the Wynn effect, just to wrap things up as well, because we've talked about 25, we've talked about 26. 2027 is when we've been told for Wynn delivery. Is that still on course? And just how much of a game changer will that be for tourism here in the region?
Wynn Al Marjan Island will be the first integrated resort in the region. It is 1,542 hotel keys. It is 22 F&B lounges and experiences. It's going to have more than 45 luxury retail and outlet, a spa, an entertainment area, all of that. It will be the destination in 2027. In the recent announcement we have mentioned 2 days ago, 55% of the structural concrete already completed right now. We are almost in the 29th floor and rising up all the way to reach the 72 anticipated floor in a year from now. So hopefully by December 2025, we'll be topping out the whole tower. A lot of activities is happening at site today right now. There are more than 8,500 workers at site while we are speaking here together. A lot of experiences will be there. There is an impact. It's a $4 billion US investment into the destination. We will hire a lot of employees. Those employees will require staff accommodation. Those employees will require residences for their own senior management. The moment you have their senior management, they will come with families. They need schools. They need hospitals. The moment you build the schools and hospital, you will hire doctors and teachers and nurses. I'm just speaking about only a small segment of the impact. Imagine about flower shops. Imagine about the groceries. Imagine about all of that. There is expected, I mean, in the impact of Wynn Al Marjan Island will have an impact on the GDP of Ras Al-Khaimah of almost 25 to 30%.
Extraordinary. And I'm thank you again for telling us more details. I mean, I had the privilege of staying not far from it just last week. And one thing that really blew me away, and I hadn't really understood, is the scale of the project. Because I remember I was looking at the site, and then somebody from RAK Central was telling me, yeah, but you know, it's going to be 2 times bigger than that when it's finished as well. I mean, people don't really understand the scale of the project, do they?
People won't understand the scale unless they go inside it. Look, Tom, I go to the site every day, and you know, it took me a while to just understand how massive the site is. You know, we are speaking about more than 5.5 million square feet of built-up area. That by itself is one of the largest construction sites right now in the region.
100%. Listen, extraordinary times at the moment. It's been another extraordinary year for Marjan and Ras Al-Khaimah. As you've just been rightly saying, the next couple of years are going to be extraordinary as well. We can't thank you enough for your hospitality, for welcoming us down here. It's been an absolute pleasure having a chat with you this morning. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you so much, Tom, and let us stay in touch. Please keep visiting Ras Al-Khaimah all the time.
Always, always my staycation go-to.